Hey guys, welcome back to Ashley's Homestead Adventures. We are in the barn this morning doing chores. It's a rainy day, and so we're just getting all the animals fed this morning. I don't know if you heard that little moo, but Billie Jean is saying that she's ready for more food, so I'm gonna get her some. And because it's raining, I cannot take you guys with me, but I can set you here inside the barn where it's not raining and you can still watch me feed her. I rigged up that barrel for her because for a few reasons. I didn't want her eating out of the mud, and that's part of our decision to keep her in a confined pen rather than out on pasture, because we don't care for grass-fed beef. We like grain-finished beef, so we confine them to a pen to where they don't have pasture. And because of our decision to do that, we then needed to find ways to keep her feed out of the mud. I don't want her eating out of the mud. So, and that trough, I put her hay in that trough too, and that trough helps keep her from spreading and wasting as much hay. She's still gonna waste some, but they love to push their hay around and then lay in it and eat it and poop in it, and they end up wasting, I would say, 25 to 50% of the hay. Well, Billie Jean's alfalfa hay bales are like gold. They are not cheap, and so, you know, there's one, I don't want her eating off the ground. I know that a lot of cows do, and I'm not condemning anybody, but my cow is spoiled. I don't like her to eat out of the mud. I want her to eat in a tub. It keeps her from spreading it around. And I'm on a budget, guys. I'm not a millionaire. I can't just, you know, throw hay out there and just let her waste it. So it's a little bit of frugal me too, but that's why she's eating out of that pink tub, and I think she likes it. It does also keep, like, her hay, she can push it up into the, you know, up against the wall, and so it makes it a little bit easier for her to scoop up her feed. She does eat faster, so I do have to watch that. But now my water's full because I've been yapping. That's what happens. I get on here with you guys and it's just like talking to old friends. I just start yapping, and before you know it, I'm not getting any chores done. Okay, now that everybody is happily munching on their breakfast, I'm gonna go about getting stalls cleaned. It's not a romantic thing, but it is something that has to be done every day. So it is part of my everyday chore list, and part of taking care of these animals. So let's jump into it. Okay, it stopped raining for the most part, and I need to push up the compost pile before I can add any more to it. And of course, silly me, you see what's wrong with that picture? That is a tractor sitting outside, parked, without the seat up. There's nobody here to blame. Well, maybe. Hopsy, did you forget to put the seat up? No. Oh, okay. It was me. Dang it. So, luckily, I keep towels in the barn. What? You super excited? Super excited? Yes? Alright, let's remedy this. Check out that steam. Compost pile is working. It is inoculating and doing its job, decomposting. I will remember. Who knows, maybe with the winds that we've had, maybe I did have it up and it just flipped it back. That's possible, right? Okay, little change of scenery. We are gonna head inside and wash our hands really good, twice to be exact. And I'm in the middle of making bread. So we're gonna go in and wash our hands, and we're going to work on what bread I have going. So first things first, this is a sourdough white discard sandwich loaf, and this is ready to go in the oven. Once I get the oven preheated, 350, it'll bake for 40 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my oven to 350. And then this is a honey wheat sourdough discard bread. And so we have put wheat flour, white flour, sourdough discard, and water in here, mixed it up to form a shaggy dough, and then we let it incorporate, rest for 30 minutes. And so now it's ready to add the other ingredients. So I'll take it over here. And 60 grams of butter. $20 grams of sugar, 20 grams of honey, 10 grams of salt. I'm using Himalayan, and 7 grams of instant yeast. To the mixer she goes. 6 minutes. Okay, here we are. Looking good. Nice and smooth dough ball. We will cover that up and let it rest and rise for 1 hour. And this one is ready to go in the oven. Oven's preheated to 350 degrees. I'll set my timer for 40 minutes. Okay, now I'm gonna wash some potatoes from my garden. I'm gonna wash them really good. You can see this, it looks like blistering. That's called scab. That is a like a fungus on your potatoes. It's not uncommon, especially in wet places. And some potato varieties are more susceptible. Some potato varieties are more susceptible to it than others. It doesn't hurt or change the flavor or the nutritional value of the potato. It just can cut down on its storage life because the skin is damaged. I'm going to drop them into a pot of hot water. Add some salt. And bring them up to a boil, and I'm going to boil them until they're fork tender. All right, these are fork tender. Now, I am just going to put them out on, this is parchment paper lined baking sheet, and then just sprayed with cooking spray. And I'm just gonna plop them down. And then just gonna take a glass, clean glass, spray the bottom of it, like so. And I'm just gonna squish these, smash them down. That didn't work out the way I wanted it to. See how this one does. So smash it down. Yes, okay. That doesn't work as well as I wanted it to. I'm gonna take a piece of parchment paper. That works much better. And that is how you want them to look. We are making a smashed, crunchy potato salad. I've never done this before, so we'll see. Okay, now I'm going to spray them again, just with some cooking oil, salt and pepper. Into the oven. Until they are really crispy. The idea of this salad is for it to be like really crunchy, crispy, almost like eating like tater tots, but then also that soft element of the inside of the potato too. So I'm just gonna let those bake in there until I get that texture. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Our bread is ready to come out of the oven, which actually works out really good. I'm going to increase the temperature for those potatoes to 450. Drop them down. Okay, these have been in for 45 minutes, and that's what I want them to look like. Let those cool off. And in the meantime, and not from the farm, I made sourdough discard tortillas. And this is a bacon and crab cucumber in a jar. It's the part of that like viral thing, and I'm doing this one based off of wonton, like a crab rangoon or a crab wonton. And so this has got bacon, crab, green onion, cucumber, rice wine vinegar, Worcestershire sauce, sweet chili sauce, and salt and pepper. I'm gonna shake it up and taste it. It's my lunch. You guys, I'm telling you, everybody online on Facebook is making these in like the large deli container that you can get at the grocery store. And that's great, but every single video I watch, they're like packing ingredients in there. There's like no room. Use a half-gallon mason jar. I just mixed that up in like 15 seconds. It's easy peasy. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. I'm gonna try it. I have not made this one yet, you guys, but I love Asian food. I love sushi, so I think this is gonna be good. We'll see. It's so different. The cream cheese really adds a creaminess to it. And there's only 2 tablespoons of cream cheese in this whole thing. And then you have the crab, and the bacon adds like a real like smoky along with the Worcestershire. But then you got that sweet chili, and so you've got the spice too. Oh. I'm gonna go eat lunch. Here is what my lunch looks like today. Okay. Our honey wheat discard bread is ready to shape. And we are going to let that just be covered on the counter for an hour. And then we'll come back to it and bake it. Okay, we are going to continue on with our potato salad, and I am going to kind of make the dressing and mix all the other ingredients in here, and then we'll chop up the potatoes and add them. So there's a half a cup of bacon in here, 2 tablespoons of sour cream, heaping. I'm gonna do a tablespoon of mayo. I'm going to chop up some parsley. This is a whole bunch of thyme that I just went out and grabbed from my patio box garden. Oh, smells so good. The rest of the chickens, they'll enjoy that. green onions. Just a little bit of cheddar cheese left over from a previous project. So I'm just going to drop that in there. It's about 2 tablespoons worth. Pepper. That's 2 teaspoons of ranch. That's just ranch seasoning like what you get in the packet. I just have it in bulk. These are Krafty potatoes. In case I haven't said it already, these are from my garden. And I'm gonna save some bits back here. And we're gonna plop this in. Mix just like that, and then I'll sprinkle in. Actually, chop these just a little bit better. And we'll sprinkle in, just top it with the rest of our chopped crispy potatoes. I don't know, it's looking pretty herby. Got a decent bite here. That does everything a potato salad should do. It's really heavy on the herbs, but I love herbs. So if you're not somebody who loves a lot of herbs, then just, you know, don't add as many as I did. It's very herby, it's very fresh. And then you have the nice creaminess of the sour cream with that great, you know, sour flavor. And then you have the bacon comes through and is sweet and smoky and delicious, chewy. And then of course you've just got crunchy bits, and as well as your regular potato salad feel. So that is a really interesting potato salad. I mean, that is not your mama's potato salad, I'll tell you that. But it's good. Okay, this loaf is ready to go in the oven, so I'm gonna go ahead and preheat our oven again to 350 and wait for it to get warm, and then we'll put it in. All right, we are preheated to 350. Let's get this bad boy in the oven. Okay, moving on to the chocolate part of my sourdough life. I need to feed my sourdough starter, and we will start a sourdough discard loaf, chocolate sourdough discard loaf. And the white parts in there are just regular sourdough. It's from when I'm using the spatula, I go from the regular sourdough to the chocolate sourdough because it doesn't matter if the regular gets in the chocolate. I started the chocolate sourdough with my regular sourdough starter. So it doesn't matter if the regular gets in with the chocolate, but it does matter if the chocolate gets in with the regular. I have a very dear friend in Oregon who is highly allergic to chocolate, and so I am very, very careful with chocolate and cross-contamination of it because it is something that people are allergic to. So anyway, we are going to get the chocolate sourdough discard loaf started. And what you now see on the counter in the background is 2 loaves of regular sourdough that I started off camera. I thought I was recording, but alas, I was not. So mistakes have been made. Sorry. I started a regular and a wheat, so I may be stretching and folding those here shortly. Okay. Chocolate. $250 grams of water. 500 grams of flour. 30 grams of cocoa powder. Shaggy dough. Cover for 30 minutes. Let's feed my chocolate sourdough starter. Here's what she looks like fresh out of the fridge. Whoa. And this is, give you my chocolate sourdough starter recipe. Top part of this page. And the water is, that is not absolute. You add water until it gets to the consistency that you like. I say fudge. So we will start with the 25 grams. And this is, if you're just making it, this is how you start it with your regular sourdough starter. But I'm going to use 25 grams of my chocolate sourdough starter because I already have one established. Fed and happy. I will leave her on the counter until this evening probably, and then I will make a chocolate sourdough loaf with her. Okay, our honey wheat loaf is all done. Take her out of the oven. Ooh, isn't she glorious? And with that beautiful loaf of bread out of the oven, I'm gonna say I hope you guys had a great day. And thank you so much for coming along with me with mine. And if you guys like my content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I will catch you on the next one. Yours truly.